What's going on, everybody? This is Al from PlayboyGamer.com. In the last Dynasty video, we took on our arch rival North Carolina and ended up winning 35-21. It could have been a much better ball game if I didn't turn the ball over so much. Gates did not have a very good game. He had some bad throws, led to interceptions, and that kept North Carolina in it. But we still came out on top. Now, we're 8-3. We're 19th in the country. And today we're going to play our last game of the regular season, which is against Notre Dame. This was the one spot in the schedule where I only had like 5 teams to pick from. And they were the only team that wasn't like a group of 5 school. So I went with them hoping they was going to be, have a good season, give us some competition. And they still may. But as you can tell, they're not having a good year at all. 3-5. They have more talent than we do, but you look at their stats. Very average on offense and absolutely dreadful on defense, but they're really good on the turnover differential, so we'll see if that plays a part. Now, they run a pro-style offense in a 3-4 defense, if I'm not mistaken. It could be 4-3. This is when Charlie Weiss was there. This was kind of towards the tail end of his career there, but hopefully we can finish the regular season strong with a win today. There's really nothing to see here in terms of recruiting. We have wrapped this up. We got 4 commitments, a big 5-star tight end I'm overly excited about. This is probably the best tight end I've ever recruited. 2 really good wide receivers, a 4-star and a 3-star kid that we need all the help we can get at that position. And we picked up another offensive lineman. You can't have enough of those. Let's check out the conference standings. Of course, we are out of the division race. Miami has sewn that one up quite nicely with a 2-game lead on everybody. And that was the team that we actually beat this year, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it? Yeah. Just a shame we couldn't take advantage of that. But either way, no big deal. Let's check out our team info screen. Of course, our starting right guard is out for another month. He may be back for the bowl game. You look at the other stats, Gates, Horton, and Buttles, not a whole lot has changed there. Same with defense, McCoy, Nichols, and Marshall. Now, let's check out Notre Dame's team info screen. They are in the independent section, and there they are. They got a middle linebacker out for a couple of weeks. You look at their quarterback, 17 touchdowns to only 2 picks. That's really good. Running back, the Walker kid, I'm quite positive he's going to be an impact player. If I'm not mistaken, he's number 3. It would shock me if he wasn't. They don't have a whole lot going at wide receiver, and you look at the defensive side. They got a guy leading in tackles and in interceptions. That's pretty good. Before we head back into the video, I just wanted to point out a few things that I have in my store, starting off with the memory cards for the PlayStation 2 that has over 20 named roster files for all of the NCAA football games from 02 up to 11. And then, of course, I have all of my books that I have written over the years, from my latest one, the West Coast Offense, the Air Raid Offense, and you got the Big Book of Tight Ends, the Power Shoot. Then you got the I Option, PA Read, Pro Dog, Run and Shoot, and so much more. So I will have a link in the top right and in the description below. Looks like we got a night game in South Bend, Indiana. At least it isn't raining. Man, I'm getting tired of the rain games. To those of you who have watched a lot of my dynasties in the past, it looks like I've been to Notre Dame quite a few times in the past on this channel. I always enjoy coming up here. I can't stand Notre Dame. I'm not a fan of them at all. So I always enjoy trying to beat them if I can. And here come the Domers. Good looking uniforms. Here are the Duke Blue Devils. I changed up the helmet a little bit. Of course, the whole ALF uniform is different with the new mod and whatnot, but I switched up the helmet. I got the Curse of Duke on the side. Looks pretty good. I like it a whole lot. I'm assuming they're going to pick us, and they are. Let's go to the coin toss. We won it. I want the ball at the start of second half. Let's check out their roster, see what we are dealing with. Starting quarterback, a balanced QB, 72 speed, but I don't expect him to run around on us a whole lot, so I'm not too worried about that. So we could blitz him. But like I mentioned, Darius Walker, impact guy, 99 overall, arguably the best running back in the country. We got to do whatever it takes to shut him down if possible. Fullback, impact guy. Wow, so they got 2 impact running backs we got to deal with. Look at their wide receiver. Arguably the top wide receiver in the country preseason-wise. He must have had an amazing season last year in order just to be a 90 overall, but preseason first-team All-American. And 84, 82, 78 behind him. You look at their tight end, 86 and 84, not bad. Both of them can catch just a little bit. You look at their offensive line, 87, 86, 82, 80, and 89, not bad. Look at this kid, 6'10", 354 pounds. Whew. Defensive ends, like I said, I think they run a 4-3 in this game. 82 and 85 on the edge, and they got 84 and 78, 76 at defensive tackle. So not bad up front. Impact outside linebacker, 90 overall. And you got an 80 overall at middle linebacker. This is the kid, if I'm not mistaken, is leading in tackles and in interceptions. Not bad for a true freshman. 76 overall at the other outside linebacker spot. You look at their corners, 84, 80, 82. Free safety, 76, not the greatest in the world. I'll try to remember that. And just 82 at strong safety, but he's a true freshman. That's a good pickup for them. Kicker at 70 and punter at 59. Okay, let's get this show on the road. This is going to be a tough one. They got some good skill players in certain spots that will probably give us fits all day. That's a good kick. He will return it.
Fields it in the end zone.
Good tackle. Let's go with... I probably need to go man for a while. Just because of their outside linebackers. Or, I'm an idiot. Just because of their running backs. Somebody get a stop. Picks up about 4 there.
That makes 2 of us then. I just don't know.
I'm going to stick with cover 2 man. And if that doesn't work, I'm going to try some cover 1. I've been a cover 2 guy for the last year or so, and I've had pretty good success with it, but sometimes that doesn't even work. Going to pass here. Oh, he caught that. Somehow, some way, he caught that. I'm going to stay in man. We're going to go nickel this time. Do something like this, perhaps. Want to pass it. Another catch. Uh-oh. That's not what we wanted. I've been fooling around with the little circles underneath the players. Just switching things in and out. I'm still not the biggest fan of that red X. It just doesn't go well with the green. Let's try a zone blitz. I hope they throw it again. I like the white circle. I think it just works well against the green field. Play action. Get him, get him. I did pick him up. Good defense by the strong safety. Let's go back to man. And I may need to run some clock today. That's one thing I probably should have done against Virginia Tech. I didn't. Our offense was playing great outside of the turnovers. Let's see what they're going to do here. Ooh, that could have been awful. So it's what, 3rd and 4? We'll just stay in this. They're going goal line look. You notice I got the Fox Sports thing up top. I've been fooling around with some of that. I think that's pretty cool. I just want to throw something different on there. Ah, dang it. Oh, good job, McCoy. So are they going to field goal? No, they're going to go for it. I don't blame them. They're kind of in no man's land. So we'll stick with this. Man, it would be amazing if we can get a stop here. Counter. Ah, dang it. Went to the outside. I'm going to go nickel. I'm going to see if we can try another zone blitz. They've been fairly balanced in their play calling. Please go play action. I'm taking a chance here. Nope. Fullback dive up the gut. 10 yards. I also switched up the ball as well. Don't know if you noticed that's a little brighter shade of brown or whatever leather you want to call it. I guess we'll leave everything as is. Up the gut. Yeah, this is going to be a nightmare for us all day. I'll try some cover 1. I'm not a big, like I said, I've had better success with the cover 2. I know that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but just because you bring up another guy in the box doesn't mean we'll go zone blitz. Just because you bring another guy in the box doesn't mean you're going to get a guaranteed tackle. Oh, you gotta be kidding.
Touchdown, Notre Dame. That was a fantastic
Yeah, it's just a tough one. We're going to have to get lucky on a fumble, turnover of some sort. So because of that, we're going to run a bunch of clock. There's no reason for me not to at this point. Because they're just going to hand the ball off to number 3 all day and to their fullback occasionally.
And now we'll take a look at the Pontiac drive summary.
That's a cool helmet by Notre Dame, too.
Everyone's all lined up and ready.
If I'm not mistaken, I went with the Fox Sports logo on the left because I'm pretty sure the ACC, aren't they in cahoots with the Fox Sports? I think they are. That's a face mask. They didn't call it.
And now a slight break in the
Left hash. Let's just start off with a toss with Horton, who had an amazing game against North Carolina. We'll do something like this.
Here's an option, right side. Pitches back.
Get about 4 yards.
With that carry, he's going to find his name in the
2nd and 6.
That's right.
Let's go slam.
On the ground this season than any other back to come through this school.
I'll tell you
I don't know what to think about that shifting. They're spreading out. They're doing this. I can't.
breaking records his whole life, and he'll probably break a lot more before he's finished.
I'm a little worried. I don't know if this will work or not. Just that unblocked defensive end's going to mess that whole thing up. I could have moved the tight end over. Go ahead and snap it. Nope. Nothing close. There was nothing up the gut. I maybe could have went right there, possibly. So where are we? 3rd and 9. Halfback corner. They're going man. That gives me a little hope. I'm going to try to go to Riley unless they go cover 0.
You call that a lot? I call it a ton.
I wonder if I can bring Buttles down. Can he hear that?
They line up in the shotgun.
He can't hear that. I've tried it twice. We'll just go over to Riley. See if we can make a good throw.
Gates back to pass. Looking. Across the
First
middle.
down. Good deal.
And they make the stop. On
Good play there.
third and long, they get the
First and 10.
down. Was it close?
Close or not, what a relief.
We're going to go with a toss play to
New set of downs to work with.
Drummer this time. They're going zone. What I may try to do is go to the left. I'm going to stay away from that linebacker as best I can. I'm going to bring the tight end over instead, see what that does. Let that clock roll. Just make sure I'm going to the left.
Gates on the option left side.
Just good defense.
On that one.
Nowhere to go.
Gets 2 on the carry.
Let's pass it. Let's go halfback angle.
It's 2nd down.
We're going man.
This is the 5th.
At least that linebacker is on the line this time. We're going to go to somebody on the right. We're going to go to Parker or Wright.
With 3 wide receivers.
I'd love for them to go cover 0. I'd love to go to our big tight end. I'm glad they fixed Notre Dame's uniforms. They look much better. Go ahead and snap it. Go and cover 1.
He's looking. Wants to throw outside.
Good catch.
Finds his
First down.
receiver. Lambert brings him down.
Good play there.
Decision by the quarterback.
Not
First and
only was
10.
it good decision making, but the offensive line protected.
Let's run slam with Horton.
Find his target. And when you can
Man nickel. I may hurry up and run this one. I like the look. Let's take a chance on this one.
Comes to the line, only
Let's
one
go ahead and
backfield.
just wait. Oh, we can go ahead and snap it now. It's not going to hurt anything.
Gives it up the middle.
Wow. Just nowhere. Nowhere to go.
The D lineman wasn't letting anyone by him.
I'm going to try
Fella did a heck of a job plugging up the hole where that play was supposed to go.
another toss with Horton.
He doesn't plug up holes.
5-2.
Whole line down there.
That's a good shift. That's what I want to see right there. We're going to go to the left.
With the I formation.
End of the first quarter. We're already into the second.
Here's the option.
Good block right there. That's what we want right there. They went cover 0. It helps.
Inside the 30 to the 20. He's
Big play. You go back and look at it. I don't know if they're going to show a good angle.
Sensational call.
They're not going to show a good angle there.
Hands and
They went cover 0. That opens up everything over the top as long as you get decent blocking. So great play. So we are on the left hash. Trying to think. What haven't we called? Let's go. I'm going to keep it safe and simple.
about 12
We're going man nickel. We don't need to go crazy with some things. He can hear that. This is going to go to Drummer. The clock is stopped, so we'll go ahead and snap it.
Gets rid of it quickly.
See if we can get in the end zone for 6 points.
Touchdown,
Okay, good deal.
So it's the running back who shows off his hands on the touchdown.
We're going to tie this thing up with an extra point.
Contribute to the passing game.
We got to figure out what to do on defense. So on this next drive, I'll throw in some cover one. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it goes well. I'd love for it to work well. That way I can go to it more often. The problem, I like using cover two more because, especially against teams like this that are balanced, if I go cover one on a passing team like that, I'm going to get just demolished. Our secondary isn't good enough yet to handle themselves on an island, especially our cornerbacks. We'll kick this to the left. It should go to that guy, and it will. He's going to return it.
Horde fields it in the end zone.
Uh-oh. Just, there you go.
The last time this offense had the ball, they ran it very well.
So they're doing that. Let's try.
Have to see if that's their focus.
Let's do a cover one.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 25-yard line.
Do something like this.
The Irish.
I hope that worked.
Three wide.
Hopefully that's good enough. Their impact guy is over there.
He's going left. Couldn't haul it in.
See, I got the middle of the field, and that leaves the outsides open. Let's try another cover one. We'll do an outside blitz this time.
Ball on the 25.
I like the look of that. I'll stick with my free safety.
Walker.
Okay, good deal. I think the free safety came in to make no, it was the linebacker. Either way, that's what you got to do. You got him in the backfield a couple times. So we got to get a stop here. It's 3rd and 8. We're not going to get too many chances like this today, I don't think. So we'll go cloud.
Ball on the 27-yard line. They line up in the shotgun.
Would love to see one of our defensive linemen get to the quarterback. He's got 72 speed. I'm not overly worried about that.
Looks, chucks it deep down the right side.
Oh, great defense. Oh, somebody got a hand on it. I think it was my other corner. Number 9 over here.
This quarterback thought his man would be open.
Just a great play right there. Oh, excellent. So we are going to force a punt. This is our chance to steal a possession. That's why you want tall corners to make plays like that. Tall safeties. Get the tallest secondary you can find. We're going to fair catch this one. Ooh, almost messed that up. We are on the right hash. Let's go slam with Horton. Man 4-3. I like the shift. We're going to bring him over. We get some more room on the right. Yeah, get a block right there. Good play. Pick up a solid 15 yards maybe?
Yeah, nice job there. This guy does a good
I am
job
going to go.
and accelerating through the holes.
Let's flip it. Let's do another off tackle run. We're going to do that. This may not work at all. Going 4-3. And they're shifting. So what I may do is leave it as is. Give it to Horton and let him cut up the A gap or B gap on the left side. This is going to be really tough though. The clock is going. We're going to let it do so. Do something like this. Hopefully that made sense. You know, when they got a shift on the right side with the defensive line, I do not want to run to the outside to the right. It just doesn't make sense. So I'm going to keep it, and we're going to cut back. Don't use the speed button, otherwise you can't cut back as well. And then just find a crease somewhere. So good play there.
They were lucky that one didn't go for more.
I'm ready to go deep a little. Let's go deep outs. They're going man. We will go to somebody on the outside, more than likely. Looks like they're going cover 0. Buttles can hear that. We're going to go to him. That's the matchup that looks best. I'm going to do something like that. Get Riley out of the way just a little bit better. And we're going to try to go to Buttles for 6 points. Get it, Buttles. Get it. Get it. Get it. 6 points, son. Great maneuvers, great adjustments, pre-snap. That made too much sense. Their free safety is their weakest position in the secondary. So that was just a good matchup for us. I like the look of that football. Looks great. Whoever done that, kudos to you. 13-7. Let's kick an extra point. Then when we get back on defense, trying to do the same thing we done last time.
tacks on the extra point.
Gates is playing really well. I'm trying to keep it somewhat safe for him, but it's helping that they're going man on pretty much every time we throw the ball.
Looks like they're
And a lot of those man-beating routes are pretty safe for the most part. We're going to go back to that guy again. So our kicking is going really well, then it's just not very far. That comes down to having good kicking power.
makes a move. And it looks like
And my
there's
kicker's hurt.
there on the field.
I think I got a backup kicker, don't I? That's a good time to have one. He's not as good. Oh, it's Surgan who's technically my better kicker. He's my kickoff guy because he's got the better kick power. That's the only reason why I have him out there. If I can get to it. Yeah, kick power is a little bit better than Surgan's. Hopefully he's not too seriously hurt. I completely forgot.
At the 21-yard line.
We're playing at Notre Dame. I don't know if there's an NBC logo in our mod. If there is, I should have picked it instead since we're playing at Notre Dame. Ah, dang it, Al. There he goes. That's all my fault. I could have took him back there.
For a big first down.
Let's try cover one again. I went cover two that last time.
That defense starts to creep up a little bit. That's when you go to the air, my friend. Over the top.
Do something like this as well.
Come out in the ace formation. Mitchell will hand it off. He broke his ankle.
Shoot, almost 6 points. Look at this gaping hole they had. Great play by the offensive line. Look at that. Man, thank the Lord I got in the way. Otherwise, that was going to be 6 points.
Some special things.
We could try another cover one.
First and 10. Ball on
So
the
our
line.
kicker, our kickoff guy is out for the game at least.
And this impact linebacker is fired up down there.
Fullback dive. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Somebody get it.
They'll drop him for a loss.
That would have been nice to have gotten that, but that's okay. It's a good stop. 2nd and 10.
Fullbacks block all
I
day long,
am-
so when they finally get a carry, they've got to
I'm going to take a chance. We're going to go zone blitz. It's on my mind. We're going to call it.
How many carries do you think we'll see him get? Zero, nada, none.
Zero, huh?
We're going to do something like this.
I'd say give him
Go
another
play
chance.
action, I dare you.
Good job of blocking. Make
Let's
him
see if
earn it.
Marshall can get to him. I went halfback dive instead.
Again, he jukes.
Good hit. Thankfully, he got stuck on his left tackle, if I'm not mistaken. 3rd and 10. That's what we want. We'll go Cloud.
It's 3rd down and 10.
Oh, my gosh. And they're in a perfect spot where
Notre Dame
we may be able to get a punt block if we can get to that point.
drops back to pass. Steps up, looking. Over the middle.
Dang it.
Inside.
That was my fault. I should have covered that a little bit better.
For 2,000 yards.
I'm pretty sure that was deep bounce. We called that one earlier. That was our touchdown.
Division 1A football, you know it's been quite the season.
Good job by them. Bad job by me.
This is the 6th play of this drive.
That was one of the reasons why I went with free safety, picking him. That's a good hit. Makes it a little bit more challenging for me personally. Some people may be great on the back line. I'm not. I'm much more comfortable playing linebacker. I got another one. Yeah, it's lightning goal. Let's try this one.
2nd and 9 coming up here. And this is the 7th play of the current drive. If anyone can force a turnover right now. then
Good
it's the
stop right there. So it's 3rd and 8.
One out on the play.
We'll go back to Cloud. Please don't throw it my direction. I'll probably mess it up.
The defense will try to stop this 3rd down as they were unsuccessful.
Our
the
top
first time.
defensive end isn't out there. He must be gassed.
The option
Oh, they're going option. Oh, fumble. Somebody get it. Wow, what a fumble that was. That was weird. They got the ball back. It was McCoy, the impact linebacker. That's what impact guys can do for you. So let's go field goal safe, man. I need to call a timeout.
It wasn't pretty.
I just now looked at the clock. 59 seconds. They would roll down that clock. We don't want them to do that. We'll go field goal safe, man. That gives us a little under a minute and 2 timeouts to try to get down the field and score some points before half. So that's what we will try to do.
It looks like they're going to try for the long field goal. The kick is
Good
up,
kick right down the middle.
and it's through the upright. So we take a moment.
You can have all the field goals you want. Let's see if we can go up 2 scores here. 55 seconds,
Everyone's
depending on where we're at.
for the kickoff.
I think I know exactly what we're going to be calling. We're on the left hash here. Let's go.
Number 40 fields it at the 2.
Get a block right there. Good play by Drummer. We're on the 31. Let's go. Halfback circle. We're going man. This will go to somebody on the outside.
Gates with 3 wide receivers.
Oh, they're going cover 0.
First down.
I got hit when I threw it. Oh, great catch by Wright. Huge play.
That was a big-time play, and you set it down.
I think the defense.
I'm not going to call a timeout. I know exactly what I need to call.
It's pretty common to see a run on first and second.
Let's hurry this up. Let's go. 42, 41, 40.
3 wideouts here. Gates drops back.
Good throw. Right where it needs to be.
Senior.
We're going to hurry it up again.
They just
We can
make the play on
go no huddle on this one.
Wasn't
I don't need to know if they're going man or zone on the pre-snap.
executed, and the result.
Going zone here. They went back to the exact same play. Awesome. 28 seconds.
look it in. Nice catch.
Now what we can do,
Displayed some great hands there. Now we're looking at a first down.
let's go toss,
Have a look at our Old Spice red zone.
and then we'll call timeout after this play.
When performance.
I'd like to see if we can get Horton on this one going.
Their last trip down here was a success. Let's see if
Get a block right there. That's what we want. I don't know what that safety's doing, but that's good. So just like that, we got our touchdown. That was as good a drive as you can ask for. I don't know. I've never seen this happen before. He just kind of stood there. I know they're playing zone, but it's like, do I need to do something? Do I need to do something? It's too late.
Last few yards to score.
Okay,
Seems to want it more than the defense.
20 to 10.
This kid has shown a lot of heart and desire over his entire career.
That's how you run a 1-minute drill. That was perfection right there. Ace slot deep outs is really helping us today. And Gates is playing a whole lot better today than he ever thought about doing against North Carolina. Like, everything is spot on for him. I don't think we've had one drop pass. Our wide receivers are playing good. And this is going to the other side.
Kicks it deep.
Super deep. Good. He's going to take a knee.
Walker fields it in the end zone. A good job.
14 seconds. I'm going to assume they will run it.
Some more on this drive.
We're going to go cover 2 man. They just don't have enough time.
At the 20.
They may try it,
Mitchell is
but we'll do something like this. I'm going to do something like this. They may go off tackle. Yep, they're going off tackle.
with the give.
Okay, end of the first half. 21 to 10. We played as good as we possibly can. Our offense is playing amazing. Defense is playing good.
The hotel, and he had 3 bags of food going up to his
Let's check out some stats.
He's got a big old bag hanging over his belt right now.
And we've reached halftime here.
That was about one of the best halves we've had all season. Okay, 216 for us, only 138 for them. Of course, we're running a ton of clock. They're running the ball a whole lot more than they're passing. Only 64 yards there, but our passing game has just been legit. Third down has been great for us. We've only had one of them. 1 for 4 for them, so we played good third down defense. No turnovers for each team. You look at Gates, that's what I thought. 7 of 7, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. 100%. I mean, just perfect offense right now, or a perfect gameplay by our quarterback. Horton, 7 attempts for 81 yards. I got to get Drummer going a little bit in the run game as well, but he is helping us out in the passing game. He's got the 1 catch for a touchdown. Buttles has got a touchdown. Of course, he's playing really good at the moment. Everybody is. You look at defense. McCoy's got 7 tackles already, 2 for loss, no sacks yet, and no interceptions. So let's get back into it. How about we get another touchdown? Stretch this lead even more.
Second half.
We can try Drummer on this very first play. Of course, he's going to take it here himself.
Number 40 fields it at the 2.
He still should be fresh after that return. He's still feeling okay. Let's try. We'll do off tackle with him. They're going zone dime. I like what I see. Just don't shift to the left. That could be worse, I guess. We're going to do something like this.
Wide set. They'll run the option.
Can we get up there? Good play. Pick up a first down.
Pretty good run.
Incredible effort there, running the football by this guy.
Let's run slam with Horton.
It's
We're going man nickel. The clock has stopped, so I'll go ahead and snap this thing. Ooh, interesting.
Come out of the ace formation.
Ooh. Let's go left.
They keep it on the ground with a tailback. Gets past
Uh-oh.
the tacklers.
Huge play.
Bring him down.
Great play right there. You can look at this. I decided to go left because there's just a gaping hole between those linebackers on the left side. Good job by our left tackle picking up the defensive end. I'm not using the speed button. Great pickup on that lineman right there. Good break tackle. Again, don't use the speed button when you're at this situation. Just a great play. We're on the left hash. What should I call here? I think he's feeling okay. I'm going to keep giving it to Horton. Man 4-3.
Ball on the 49 9-yard line.
Not a big fan of that shift,
High formation here.
but we will deal with it. Our tight end needs to play well on this one. Hope he doesn't get pushed back. Let the clock roll a couple more seconds.
They'll run the option. And now he pitches
Get a block right there, ball. Face mask. Thank you.
He might have grabbed his face mask there. Here's the call from the referee.
We will take that. We're going to go 1st and 5. They put us back on the left hash. Where are we now? We're still on the left hash.
Let it go right away.
Let's go back to a pass play. Let's go back to angle. We're going zone this time.
Ball on the 44-yard line.
The clock is rolling. We're either going to go to Drummer or Riley,
Receivers in the zone right now.
depending on where there's a big old hole above your center. Let's see. Let that clock roll just a little bit more.
They'll throw on 1st down. Throw.
Uh-oh.
Complete.
Impact guy. Make a play, son.
Tackle.
Good deal. Pick up a first.
By the quarterback.
Not only was it
Our offense is just clicking on all cylinders at the moment.
protected, just long enough for
We
him to find his
can...
target.
And when you combine the two, it'll be a
Let's do an
first down
off tackle
right
with
at the same
Horton from
time.
here. They're going man 4-3. Please don't shift to the left. That's not terrible.
The Devils.
And that's what I wanted to see right there. I think I may... If I do this, I'm going to try something. We're going to bring our tight end over.
Gates on the
Something like
outside.
that. Not bad. We'll just do a stiff arm.
There we go.
I probably could have waited for Parker to get all the way over to the left, but I went ahead and snapped it right there.
Good yardage.
And ended up doing a good job. He picked up the free safety on the block. Good deal.
This offense when they're clicking.
I'm going to go back to the run game. We're going to go back to Drummer. Give Horton a bit of a rest.
Red zone. Let's
Zone
look at the numbers
4-3.
brought to you by
Let that clock roll some more.
When performance matters the most.
I'm going to go to the left.
Backfield.
Stay away from that linebacker at all costs. I think I'm going to bring the tight end over this time. Do something like this.
The option left.
Good pickup by the tight end. Good pickup. 6 points. 6 points. Ah!
Good call.
Great play.
They went to the ground.
The tight end made that play.
And they got it in with a bunch of guys getting some great blocks.
I wonder if it'll show right here. Not really. But good job by Parker. I guess that was on me to move him over, pick up an extra blocker. Anytime you're running against zone, move a guy over to the side you're going to run to pick up an extra blocker. And do the exact opposite against man. Move away one of your players. That way you got more grass to play with.
The fine folks at Pontiac bringing us this summer.
And just like that, we're up 18 points. Just a great drive. Man, this is I really enjoy watching the offense run smoothly. It hasn't technically yet since we made the change in the passing game.
Kicks it off.
We've had some turnovers and such, but
Horde.
our quarterback, old number 19, is having a game right now.
Time once again for this offense to come back out and start another drive.
Let's go. They may start passing going forward, so I may be wasting my time calling cover one.
Blame it on the running game, can you guys?
No, the ground game isn't the
We'll
problem.
do something like,
This back is
I don't like when my linebackers shift like
really
that.
tore it up out there in the first half. I know they're losing, but I'd still
Play action.
feeding him the football.
Yep, they're down on the scoreboard.
You gotta get it. Oh, huge play. Huge play. This may be game right there. So a lot happens right here. First of all, they go play action, and my blitzing linebacker, Mason, almost gets a sack. Throws it off his back foot, causes a bad throw. And then we get up to this point right here, where thankfully the tight end drops it. Of course, that's not the best throw in the world. I got in the way. Our strong safety was able to pick it up for an interception. Big play. So we're in the middle of the field. I could get real risky here and really put a dagger in their heart, but I'm going to wait. Let's just call something more safe. I'm in no rush to do that. We're in a good spot at the moment. We're up 18. They're going zone. This time I may want to bring the wide receiver over. That may help and may hurt. It just depends on what this linebacker does. And this defensive end. He's going to blitz, so we're going to cut up the middle. Pick up a few yards there, not a whole lot. 2nd and 5. We're going to go with the double running back option play.
Second and 5.
We're going to let Ball get involved.
7-yard line.
We're going to go to the right. I'm assuming the impact linebacker is on Buttles. If he is, he's going to take him up the field. So we're going to go to the right because they got an extra linebacker on the left. And that's what happened.
The coach can't like this.
Oh, didn't have to juke. That's good. Good play by Ball.
Monster hit. And a good
Go back and look at this. This is one of the few play or shotgun plays you can flip.
Good yardage and a first down.
This linebacker is incredible. Good pitch by Drummer. I didn't have to juke. I thought I was going to have to, but ended up getting a block anyways. So we're on the 28. We're on the right hash. Let's go. Let's put the dagger in right here. Let's go PE tight end choice.
First and 10.
This may go in the end zone. I don't think it will. It's going to have to be a really good throw.
Single set backfield.
Again, now I feel bad for not having the NBC logo on the left. There may be one in the replacements folder, the alternates. I just have to go back and look. I just didn't think that far ahead. Cover 2.
Gets the
Let's go,
ball.
Gates.
Well, they faked it. He rolls out to the left.
Ha!
Receiver has it.
Gates is on just in the zone.
The quarterback put it
I'm going to reward him. Let's go.
and now they have a first down.
What I like is the faith that this
Let's see if we can give him a
quarterback has in
touchdown. We're going to go
He's not afraid
slot
to
screen.
throw downfield.
And we take a quick look
Impact guys on that side. This may not work.
by Old Spice.
We need a good block on him.
When performance matters the most. The last time they were in the
Clock
red zone,
is going. We're going to go to Buttles. Gates, he is playing out of his mind right now. Good for him. He had some doubters in the last in the comment section of the last game, which I halfway understand.
Gates set to go to the air.
Get in. Oh, ow. I got out of bounds. I'm an idiot. Oh, I'm not going to do anything stupid. Let's just go in for a touchdown. Let's just run it. I'm sorry, Gates. I cost you a touchdown.
Points once they enter the red zone.
We're going to go to the left. See that big hole between those two linebackers? That makes sense to go there. Just got to watch out for that linebacker blitzing. Coming through. We'll read him. The clock has stopped, so we can go ahead and snap it.
Again, he'll get the call.
And 6 points.
Down
And Horton is the career rushing touchdown leader. Not bad through
When this kid was recruited,
only 2 seasons.
to carry the ball, but what they didn't
The way he's going, he will probably shatter that record.
rushing touchdown.
It'll be hard for him to break. It depends on how long he stays.
Ever play for this school. No one's been able to put the ball into the end zone this many times.
Extra point
And he tacks on the
right down the middle.
And now we'll
So our defense is having just as good as a day as our offense. Now, I will have to say this. Notre Dame's defense has been awful all season for whatever reason. I don't know why. And we are confirming that.
he kicks it.
Good kick by Surgan, although it will be taken out.
End zone. He's hit and got away.
Another double tackle, double team on that one.
For this offense to come back out and start another drive.
We can go back to cover 1.
They'll take over at the 21.
Do something like this. Get everybody down here.
Mitchell
Going pass.
throw. Steps up in the pocket. Wants to
Not the
throw.
best throw in the world. I am going to go with a zone blitz here. We're going to take a chance. Hopefully they don't run it. I think they're in passing mode the rest of the way.
Ball on the 21.
We'll do something like this.
Mitchell with 3 wide receivers. And he's going to throw.
Get a tackle.
Quarterback. Butler.
Easy play by Butler, so it's 3rd and long. We will go Cloud. Get a stop here and just keep repeating the process. This is our last game of the season, so it doesn't really matter who's playing today or whatnot. Now, we got the bowl game. I do need to keep that in mind. But if it gets out of hand even more, then I'll definitely put in my backups.
Drops back to pass. He steps up. He's going right.
They're one positive play on the day offensively.
And they convert the
Our strong safety's had a good game all day, but
Brad, that was a
the
long
wide receiver done a good job there. Yeah, strong safety has to go up and actually do something with that one.
perform like these kids are doing right now.
Let's go cover 2 man this time.
1st and 10. Ball on the 48. The
We'll do
D-line
this.
tips over. They'll throw on 1st
Screen.
down.
Oh, that was close.
And he overthrew
I wasn't expecting him to throw it that quickly. 2nd and 10. Let's go quarters out of nickel this time.
It's 2nd down and 10 to go. And this is the 5th play of the current drive.
Something like this looks good. Somebody get him. Somebody get him. Fumble, fumble, fumble. Has the field to have turnovers. Now, they're picking up every one of their fumbles. I'll give them that. And they end up getting a 1st down out of it. We'll go back to quarters this time out of 4-3.
Either tuck that thing away or just get down before contact.
I don't care what he does. Just
Ooh, I didn't really need a shift like that.
do whatever you have to do to
We'll do something like this.
Mitchell hands it off. Shakes off the tackle.
Somebody make a play.
They'll bring him down.
Somebody came over. I think that was McCoy who made the stop. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter. That was as good as the 3rd quarter you can ask for. We picked up, what, 1 more touchdown or 2? I don't remember. I think we picked up 2. Yes, we picked up 2 touchdowns. Just a killer of a game. A great way to end the regular season. Let's not do anything goofy here in the 4th. I'm going to continue the run clock. I mean, we pretty much got this game on the wraps. Dang it, it said they was going... It said they was going 3 wide. That's why I went with the 4-3. That's okay. We got to stop. 3rd and 4. I guess we'll go back to Cloud.
The offense faces another 3rd down as they
We'll do something like this. Please run, throw the ball. Don't run to the left. Yep, just run up the gut. Yep. I had to make the tackle. Come off the fullback block.
Hey, this kid's a good-looking back. Let's see if
We'll go cover 2 man.
Have a look at our Old Spice red zone numbers.
We're up 25. I'm trying to think in terms of the numbers. We're up 25. That's 4 scores.
They got a touchdown out of it.
I'm just going to be mindful just in case they go on a huge run here. We've done a halfway decent job on the running back. Now, he's getting his chunk yards, but not too bad. Let's go cover 1.
11 yards out.
Do something like this.
Watch the linebacker. He's the star of the defense, and he's in the zone.
Good stop. It takes a couple guys to bring him down.
Couple of yards there.
Pretty much on every play. We'll do another cover 1. Thankful they're chewing clock just as well. Bring her safety down just a little bit.
Mitchell will hand it off.
And he got the first.
Brings him down.
It just prolongs the...
On that carry.
You know what, guys? If you can continue
Well, we'll go
to pick up small chunks of
cover 0. It just prolongs the drive.
defense down.
Notre Dame will line up in a jumbo set here.
Do something like this, perhaps. Oh, they went with that tight end reverse play.
For a loss, and they back up.
It's a good pickup by McCoy. He's having a great season. Really good game. Let's go. They're still running the ball, so let's just go ahead and go cover 1. Now, they may throw it here because of that big loss they just had.
Notre Dame goes with the ace set here. Play action to the end zone.
Oh, my God. First of all, I jumped way too early. Look at this. I jumped a little bit early. He somehow got all that. Both of them goofed up. Jeez. I can't wait till my true freshman corners become like juniors. They'll play that ball much better. So we're fixing to go up 18. Still gives us a 3-score lead. We're going to go with an onside kick. So we'll continue the run clock. Keep it away from them and still try to score a touchdown if we can. Thankfully, they took up a ton of time on that drive. So we're going to pick this guy right here, Nelson. Ooh, just pick it up. Just get down. I lost yardage, but I don't care. We just don't want anybody to hit us. Let's run the ball with Horton. After going zone 4-3, I will probably run to the left. We'll do something like this. Probably went to the other hole. That's okay. We got what? 4 yards? Not bad. We'll just run another slam with Horton. Zone 4-3 this time. This time I may try to move the tight end over, see how he handles it. We can bring him over now. I wish he would have gotten the ball today. It just didn't work out. Let's go something. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I didn't mean to spin. But look at this gaping hole. I love a fullback lead. Isn't that the sexiest thing you've ever seen in football? You can't beat that right there. And for some reason, I spinned. I don't know what I was doing there. Great run. He's had him a really good game.
This guy does a good job at reading his blocks and accelerating through the holes.
We can go off tackle with Drummer.
First and 10.
Zone dime, I'm okay with that as long as they don't shift hard to the left.
The Blue Devil.
I may bring an extra blocker over. That'll bring that linebacker over more than likely, but that's okay. Do something like this. Yeah, outrun him. Pick up about 4.
And they continue to pound it out on the ground.
Not bad. We can do the same thing with Horton. We'll flip it.
There are 2 minutes to go in this football game.
And the crowd isn't really jumping for joy, so let's just go ahead and flip that. Everybody can hear it now. I can probably bring another. They're going zone. Do something like that. We may try that. We can go ahead and do it now. See if it helps. Oh, good block. Good block. Good block. 6 points to 29. Incredible run. So long, Domers. Nice knowing you. Great blocking here. Buttles had a great block up top. They're not going to really show it there. Just a great play. Okay. And just like that, the game is officially over. What I probably should have done, I need to get a good thumbnail to this kid right here. He's the one who's been just doing just amazing work today. That's probably going to be my thumbnail for today. He's just having such an amazing game. Incredible. I should have picked up something earlier. I think the MVP should go to him. Horton has had an amazing game, but Gates has had a perfect game, more or less.
In the fourth quarter, the score is Duke 42, Notre Dame 17.
Minute 31. I'll hurry this up as best I can. We'll kick it back over here if we can do that.
Here's the kick.
Our kicking has gone really well. Just the entire game, all 3 phases of the game have gone well for us today, which is good to see. We'll go cover 2 man.
They'll get the ball here at the 18.
Do something like this. Go and play action.
And it's caught.
Broke a couple tackles there. Pick up a 1st and 10.
They just didn't make the play on the ball.
And go quarters. Looks like they still want to throw it.
The offense just executed, and the result is a first down.
Do an over front this time. Fullback dive. Fumble! They pick it back up. How many fumble recoveries have they had today? We could have beat about 70 if we would have picked up any of them. That's about the only good thing they've done today is recover all their fumbles.
They can't fumble like this guy. How many carries do you think we'll see him get? 0, nada, none.
0, huh? That's pretty harsh.
Oh, threw it off his helmet. The receiver wasn't paying attention or something. Let's go, Cloud. We'd love to get a stop here and just get the ball back and end it.
And the impact linebacker has turned it up a notch.
I guess my starting free safety's out for the moment.
Mitchell with the play fake. He's looking. He throws a dart. The ball is high.
Butler didn't do a good job on that one.
Takes a timeout.
That's where awareness comes into play. And as a freshman, you're not going to find many young guys with good awareness. It just takes time to build.
Walker wants the ball. We'll see if they give it to him.
I'm going man here.
McConnell gets another carry. Can't wrap him up.
Ow, ow, ow. First down.
Taken down. Notre Dame.
Ran right by me.
Timeout.
We'll just go quarters out of a nickel.
The pressure turns up when in the red zone, and that's when you turn to old
Do
Spice
something
red
like
zone
this.
when
Now let's crunch in.
matters the most.
Everybody made good decisions. Going to run it.
Up the middle. Tries to
Sheds
6
6 points.
Touchdown, Notre
Flag. Maybe it's holding.
Coming back, folks. Let's check
That'd be
the
nice.
penalty.
Clipping. Even better.
On the offense.
First and 17.
Clipping is the call, and now they'll have to find a way to make up.
I'm going to go with the zone
yardage.
blitz.
First and long. Ball on the 21.
We're going to do something like this, perhaps.
Move over.
Flip our blitzer over to the weak side.
They'll throw on first down. He passes it. Batted ball.
I guess I made the tip. I don't know. That was kind of weird. Again, I'm just not the best in those situations. I'm going to call the exact same play.
Way up there. It's second down and a long ways to go. Ball on the 21-yard line.
We're going to do something like this. Pretty much what we just did. And they're going with a toss play,
He jukes.
which is fine by me. So it's 3rd and 13. I guess we'll go cloud.
100 yards is a great day, but the thing that I've been most
It'd be nice if we can keep him out of the end zone before the game ends.
accomplished with such great effort.
Looks like my starting free safety is back in there.
Stop this third down as they were unsuccessful.
We still can't get a sack. We kind of struggled with that.
He's under some heat.
Intercept that.
Shot at the pit.
Could have been caught.
Really been a turnover.
I don't even think the quarterback even saw that coming.
We'll go back to cloud.
I'm running the other direction with the football.
Do something like this. It's called the same thing. Might as well. It doesn't matter at this point. The game is over.
Here we go.
Like to get an interception here. That'd be cool.
Looks under heavy pressure.
And a sack. Somebody got to him. Finally. So 4 seconds to go. We will go to the victory formation. Oh, this may be a good thumbnail. Maybe. It's really uptight. Look how tight that is. QB kneel.
They'll set up shop.
And this is just an amazing way to end the regular season.
No need to risk a fumble.
We have no clue who we're going to take on in the bowl game. We'll find that out in the next game, of course. And just like that, we beat Notre Dame 42-17. I wish I could beat him by 80. No offense to any Notre Dame fans out there. I do not want to end it. I want to go to stats and scores. 377 yards to their 277. A lot of that is just me running a ton of clock today. But look at our passing. Perfect passing game today. 10 for 10. I was not expecting that, but when you do that, you're probably doing something well. And it doesn't hurt that you have 209 yards rushing to go with that. 1 of 1 on third down. No turnovers. You look at their penalties. That didn't affect us too much. We can go to individual stats. MVP goes to Justin Gates. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Good for him. He didn't have his best game against North Carolina, and he bounced back in spades today. Running the ball, Horton had a great game. Look at all these averages. Drummer and Ball, just good running across the board by everybody. Receiving, Buttles, Riley, Wright, and Drummer. Only 4 guys got to catch the ball through the air, but when we did throw it, it was magic. Look at these averages. That is Air Coryell at its finest. Going deep pretty much on every throw that we made. Blocking, who cares? Defense, tackles, McCoy with 12 tackles. 3 of them for loss. We ended up getting 1 sack, and that was pretty much the last play of the game. You look at the box score. It was the middle 2 quarters that done them in. We just played great football right there. On top of we played great football throughout, but it was that middle part where we just took control of the game. All right, let's get out of here. Let's check out some top 25 scores for the week. Of course, we beat Notre Dame. Then you got Nebraska getting beat badly by Colorado. That was a big upset. You got Texas over Texas A&M, 42-0. West Virginia over Alabama. Good to see that. Then you have Tennessee over Vanderbilt. Florida State upsets Florida. That was a big one for them. Virginia Tech barely beats Northwestern. USC over Rutgers. Arkansas gets beat by LSU, who's having a really good season. And then Kent State beats Akron. Now, what we got left is the bowl game. Now, you see our schedule. If I can get to it right here. We got 2 bye weeks. There's nothing you're going to miss here. I'm going to simulate those 2. We've already took care of our recruiting. So we're going to start our next video when we get to the bowl season. And we're going to see that kind of live at the same time, who we're going to take on in the bowl game. So come on back. It should be a lot of fun. And I'll talk to you later.